there is something that I wanted us to discuss a little bit about the AUC chairmanship. You know, Kenya has got a candidate who is going to vie for that AUC seat in the name of Raila Odinga. Now, it has been a heated race. Raila Odinga has been traversing the whole continent, requesting the presidents to vote for him so that he can clinch that AUC seat. But of late, everybody was looking at it as if it's a two-horse race, which was to pity Raila Odinga and this guy from Djibouti, Mohammed Ali Youssef. But again, we have a third candidate in the name of Richard Radriamandrato from Madagascar. Looking at it, it looked as if we only had two horses. But now, yesterday, there is this letter from the SADC bloc. There is that organization known as the SADC. It's the Southern African Development Community. It comprises of 16 nations. South Africa being one of them, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, DRC. There are 16 member states in SADC. Now, our candidate, or the Kenyan candidate Raila Odinga, he was looking up to the SADC bloc to vote for him. He has been traversing that SADC bloc, talking to the presidents, to the foreign affairs ministers from those nations, so that they can support him or they can vote him during these elections that will be held tomorrow at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Now, something happened yesterday. The SADC organization, or the Southern African Development Community, that is SADC, wrote a letter to their member states, telling them that their region, that is the SADC, now they have one member, one person or one candidate who will be vying for that AUC chairmanship seat in the name of Richard Radriamandrato from Madagascar. So I mean, Madagascar requested formally the SADC bloc, because they are part of that SADC bloc. So they requested them that all the 16 nations to vote their candidate, who is Richard Radriamandrato. And it has changed the landscape, or it has made a lot of changes to the race of the AUC seat, because now Raila Odinga alikuwa anategemea the SADC bloc to vote for him, even if it will not be the whole 16 nations, but at least not less than 10. He was expecting not less than 10 to vote for him. But now, there's this letter that has told those member states, all of them, the 16 member states, that you are supposed to vote to our own candidate from Madagascar, who is Richard Radriamandrato. Now, I have a question. Why is it that we are still having some few hours? Or because the letter was released yesterday, it means we were still having like a day in between the day they released the letter and the day of voting. Why didn't they release the letter earlier? Is it a secret card for the Djibouti guy? Because he knows his votes are intact. We have the Francophone, the Muslim, so he knows that all those votes, his votes are intact. But now they are trying to play and eat into, or to. I see it as if this guy is trying to disrupt Raila's votes, because he knows if Raila takes all the 16 nations from the SADC, he'll be ahead of him. You know, the African Union comprises of 55 nations. And out of the 55 nations, for you to become an AU chairman, you must have at least 3/4. Is it not 3/4, but 2/3 of the 55 nations? that is, it translates to around 33 countries. If now Raila's votes, or the 16 member states will withdraw from Raila's side and vote for Richard Radriamandrato, it means they have spoiled Raila's votes. And his votes, that is the Djibouti guy, his votes are still intact. So I see it as a card that has been played by the Djibouti guy. Because even if the SADC votes for Radriamandrato, he cannot win the AU chairmanship. And again, there's this thing that if a candidate doesn't have at least 2/3 of the total votes or the total nations, they'll have to go for a rerun. This means that the first 2 candidates will go for a rerun. The third one will be eliminated, of which it's obviously Radriamandrato will be eliminated. If, let's say, Mohamed Ali Youssef becomes number 1, and then Raila Odinga number 2, but all of them, there is no one who has attained the 2/3. Or Raila Odinga number 1, Ali Youssef number 2, but all of them have not attained the 33 votes mark. It means they'll go for a rerun. The 2 candidates now, Raila Odinga and Youssef. Now, in a scenario whereby there are only 2, it means that the SADC now will have to vote for Youssef, and Raila will be done because he will lose the AU chairmanship contest to Youssef. I'm just trying to figure it out, but I don't know how you see it. This is my own perspective, but please, you can comment on the comment section down there to give out your views or how you see it. Bye bye for now.